Introduce yourself. Hi friends, my name is Lakshmi Durga. I am studying 8th class at GRIT Foundation. Today our topic is geometry. What is the geometry? In geometry, geo means earth, metry means measure or measurement. Wow, good. Another question, what is the point? Point is a dot. Point has no length and width. Point keep anywhere. Point always denoted by point A, point B, point C, point D, so on, point Z. For example, A point A and B point B. Wow, very good. Another question, what is the line? Line is a collection of infinity points or which one you did not measure properly is called line. Line has no fixed length. Line can be denoted by A, B. Can be denoted line AB or line BA. Best example of line, you did not measure properly sky. Wow, excellent. Another question, what is the line segment? Line segment is a part of line. Which one you measure exactly is called line segment. Line segment has fixed length. Line segment has two end points, that is starting or initial point and ending or final point. For example, is called line AB. Line segment best example is dresses, clothes, table, etc. Another question, what is the ray? Ray is also part of a line. It moves endlessly any one direction. Ray has one end point, that is starting or initial point. Ray can be denoted by A, B. Best example of ray, Diwali crackers and rocket. Wow, excellent. Another question, what is the angle? Two rays can be met at a common point in vertical shape or curvy shape. Angle will be formed. Example, A, O, B. Angle AOB or angle BOA. Wow, good. Another question, what is the zero angle? Measure of angle exactly 0 degrees is called zero angle. For example, wow, excellent. Another question, what is the acute angle? Measure of angle more than 0 degrees and less than 90 degrees is called acute angle. For example, 81 degrees, 72 degrees, 33 degrees. Wow, good. Another question, what is the right angle? Measure of angle exactly 90 degrees is called right angle. For example, 90 degrees. Wow, good. Another question, what is the obtuse angle? Measure of angle more than 90 degrees and less than 180 degrees is called obtuse angle. For example, 99 degrees, 100 degrees, 179 degrees. Wow, excellent. Another question, what is the straight angle? Measure of angle exactly 180 degrees is called straight angle. For example, 90 degrees plus 90 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. Wow, excellent. Another question, what is the reflex angle? Measure of angle more than 180 degrees and less than 360 degrees is called reflex angle. For example, 189, 359 and 256 degrees. Wow, good. Another question, what is complete angle? Measure of angle exactly 360 degrees is called complete angle. For example, 180 degrees plus 180 degrees is equal to 360 degrees. Wow, excellent. Another question, what is parallel lines? Two lines move slightly at any direction but did not meet any place is called parallel lines. For example, L, M. We call L parallel to M. Wow, good. Another question, what is the intersecting point? Two lines meet at the same point, that point is called intersecting point. For example, S or Q. Q is the intersecting point. Wow, nice. Another question, what is the concurrent line? More than two lines meet at the same point is called concurrent line. For example, S or Q. Excellent. Another question, what is the interior point? Point inside of the diagram is called interior point. For example, point A, point B, point C. Wow, very good. Another question, what is marked point? Point lie on the diagram is called marked point. For example, point X, point Y, point Z. Wow, very good. Another question, what is the adjacent angle? Angle having a common arm and common vertex is called adjacent angle. For example, A, O, B, C, D. OC is common arm, AOB is common vertex. Wow, good. Another question, what is the complementary angle? Sum of two angles exactly 90 degrees is called complementary angle. For example, 45 degrees plus 45 degrees is equal to 90 degrees. Wow, excellent. Another question, what is the supplementary angle? Sum of two angles exactly 180 degrees is called supplementary angle. For example, 90 degrees plus 90 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. Wow, very good. Another question, what is the conjugative angle? Sum of two angles exactly 360 degrees is called conjugative angle. For example, 180 degrees plus 180 degrees is equal to 360 degrees. Another question, what is the linear pair? Sum of two adjacent angles exactly 180 degrees is called linear pair. For example, A, B, C, D. 120 degrees, 60 degrees. 120 plus 60 is equal to 180 degrees. Wow, excellent. Another question, what is the transverses? Two or more parallel lines can be meet one straight line at distinct point is called transversal. For example, L, M, N. Wow, good. Another question, what is the co-interior angle? Interior angles of same side is called co-interior angle. For example, parallel L, M, transversal N. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Co-interior angles is 3, 4, 5, 6. The question is, what is the co-exterior angle? Exterior angles of same side is called co-exterior angle. For example, L, M, N. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Co-exterior angles is 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. Wow, good. Another question, what is the triangle? A simple closed figure having a 3 line segments is called triangle. For example, A, B, C. Wow, excellent. Another one, what is the quadrilateral? A simple closed figure having a 4 line segments is called quadrilateral. For example, A, B, C, D. Wow, excellent. Another one, what is the curved line? Path between 2 points which has no straight line is called curved line. For example, A, B. Wow, excellent. Another one, what is the axiom? Infinity number of lines can be drawn through any point is called axiom. For example, wow, good. Another question, what is the collinear point? 3 or more points in the same line is called collinear point. For example, A, B, C, D. Wow, good. Another one, what is the non-collinear point? Point or not in the same line is called non-collinear point. For example, wow, good. Thank you for watching. Like, share and subscribe.